Good evening. I'm Caitlin Mendoni.
And I'm Rosie Worthen. Welcome to the Monday Night Roar.
Thanks for tuning in. We have your latest news, entertainment, and sports.
All that and more coming up on the Monday Night Roar.
Clemson is at it again and is under construction with a brand new facility. The board approved the concept of the new football operations complex, budgeting at around $62 million. This facility is to be located near the existing indoor practice facility. The operations complex will include locker rooms, meeting rooms, sports medicine, coaches' offices, and dining areas. Clemson is growing its athletic department, bringing Clemson on its way to being the best.
The Brooks Center for the Performing Arts will be celebrating their ranking as the 8th Student Performing Arts Center at their annual fundraising gala. This gala will be held on Friday, March 7th at 7 p.m. All are welcome to attend for a night of food and dancing on the Brooks Center stage, along with music provided by the Second Nature Band of Camden.
It's almost time for the undergraduate student body elections here at Clemson. Elections are just around the corner starting March 2nd. There are 3 strong campaigns this year, all attempting to make Clemson an even better university. The student body debate will take place on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. in Bracket Room 100. All students are welcome to attend and ask questions.
Last Thursday, the Clemson University Muslim Association hosted a vigil in honor of the 3 students who died in a shooting on February 10th near the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Syed Bukhari, a member of the Muslim Student Association, described this candlelight vigil as a turning point for the group. He mentioned, "A lot of people see the Muslim Student Association for just Muslims, but it's for everyone. This will allow us to teach each other. We want to learn more about the religion of others and the opportunity to teach others of our religion. If you wish to get involved with the MSA, you can contact muslim@clemson.edu.
According to Business Journal's elite list of America's 40 best colleges and universities, Clemson has landed a spot ranking 33rd out of 484 four-year public institutions. Clemson is also ranked the highest among all other South Carolina colleges and universities. There are 19 different categories that determine the score for each university. Clemson continues to strive and grow, making Clemson students and alumni proud to be Tigers.
The tiger better watch out, a duck is coming through. Dabo the duck has been a resident of the Cooper Library Reflection Pond since before Christmas break and has gained heightened publicity, being recently deemed Clemson's second mascot. Although he has been welcomed into the Clemson family with open arms, Shari Rodriguez, member of the Clemson Wildlife Program, informs us of some precautions we must take to keep Dabo safe. He encourages us to feed him grains, seeds, and grapes, and most importantly, stay away from feeding him bread, crackers, chips, popcorn, or any processed human food. We are informed that Dabo is likely to not be accepted if returned into the wildlife. Ducks are territorial and could see Dabo as a potential threat. Rodriguez also prepares us for the unfortunate circumstances of Dabo migrating up north in the coming warmer months. Until then, swing by the reflection pond and spend some quality time with the biggest socialite on campus, Dabo the duck.
It is a sad heart that Clemson family mourns the death of Kenneth M. Stanton Sr. Stanton, 52, of Pendleton, died in a fatal car accident on February 15th. Stanton was a 14-year veteran of Clemson and a system support technician in Clemson One Tiger Services. He is also recognized as being for his work as a volunteer firefighter for the Sandy Springs Fire Department. The Clemson family thanks Kenneth M. Stanton for his service to the university. Now here is Gabby Bates with This Week's Sports.
Let's start off off with your Clemson sports. So much has been going on with the Clemson sports, so let's get started with baseball. The Clemson baseball team faced a weekend series tournament against Maine this past weekend in Augusta, Georgia. The Tigers were able to get the win on Friday over Maine 10-1. The Tigers were able to score single runs in the first and second inning to take a 2-0 lead. Reed Rollman went 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs against Maine. The Tigers were able to come into Saturday to get a 5-4 win over Maine in 14 innings of a doubleheader. Tiger Krieger hit one out single to center in the 14th inning to score Tyler Slayton for the walk-off run to give the Tigers their win. In the second game of the doubleheader, the Tigers were able to sweep Maine 10-2. The Tigers not only swept the doubleheader, but they were also able to sweep the series. Clemson will return to Doug Kingsmore on Tuesday to face Wofford. Well, the Clemson men's basketball team faced Duke on Saturday and lost 78-56. The Tigers held the lead starting off 9-6 going into the first timeout. The Tigers were able to hold the lead 15-13, but the Devils went on an 18-3 run going into halftime. Jerron Blossomgame, playing on a sprained ankle, was able to be the lead scorer with 10 points. Gabe DeVoe made his appearance, in which he was one of the best this season, contributing 8 points and 3 rebounds. Duke's Quinn Cook was their leading scorer with 27 points. The Tigers will take a week off, then go on to face Georgia Tech February the 28th. The Clemson men's golf team placed fourth after their first round of the Puerto Rico tournament. Miller Capps and Billy Kennerly both shot under par score to help place Clemson at fourth of the 15 teams that played in the tournament. Miller Capps shot 69 on Sunday and is tied for second over 75 players in the tournament. Kennerly shot a score of 70. He was able to get 3 birdies and just 1 bogey. Clemson's top player, Cody Prevost, had to withdraw from the tournament on Sunday due to a pulled muscle. Well, the Clemson women's tennis team was able to defeat Wake Forest on Sunday with a 6-1 victory. The win allowed the Tigers to improve 2-0 in the ACC and 6-4 overall. Now for your other sports. The Miami Heat announced that forward Chris Bosh will be out for the season due to blood clots on one of his lungs. The team said that Bosh would be receiving care guided by Heat physicians at the South Florida hospital. Well, NASCAR is back, kicking off yesterday with Daytona 500. Joey Logano received his first Daytona 500 victory in yesterday's race. Jeff Gordon maintained the lead most of the race, but got caught up in traffic, and Logano was able to take the lead and win. Logano is the second youngest driver to win the Daytona 500 ever. Congrats, Logano, on your win. That's all I have for your sports. Tune in Wednesday to The Extra Point to get into our debate about your latest sports. Now back to you guys.
Thanks, Gabby. Glenn Hutchman, a newly retired New York police officer, shot and killed his 2 daughters, the family dog, and himself in their home this past Saturday. Police are not sure what the main reason for his actions were, but they do know Hutchman and his wife were considering a divorce. Police found the 2 daughters dead in their bedrooms, while Hutchman was found dead in the garage. Hutchman was known as a great police officer and won the department's life-saving award last May. Police will be investigating this murder-suicide case as people are confused as to why this happened.
Apple is at it again and ready to release its newest product, the Apple Watch. This watch will feature Apple's newest digital wallet service, Apple Pay. On February 18th, Apple's biggest rival, Samsung, stole their spotlight by announcing they're buying their own digital wallet service called Loop Pay. Loop Pay's technology is compatible with traditional credit card readers that are already in stores. This is a one-up from Apple Pay, which requires businesses to buy special payment pads. Loop Pay will be available as soon as next month. This bold move by Samsung will keep Apple on their toes regarding the competition in the upcoming weeks.
Are hospitals around the country on a break of a superbug outbreak? After 2 patients died in Los Angeles after contracting carbapenem-resistant Enterobacteriaceae, or CRE, one or more patient has died of the bug in Charlotte, North Carolina. 18 people have contracted CRE, 15 of which occurred outside of the hospital, while 3 acquired the bug while in hospital care. The multiple cases found in Los Angeles were contracted after routine endoscopic procedures, and they were believed to be caused by 2 medical scopes that carried the superbug. Hospital officials in both Charlotte and Los Angeles are investigating these deaths and taking measures to prevent an outbreak.
Last Thursday, the biggest private employer in the U.S. announced its plans to give its lowest paid employees a raise. Yes, as of Friday, every employee of Walmart will now be bringing in at least $9 an hour. This means that about 500,000 people are going to be affected by this pay bump. Although this seems like a move in the right direction and a good way to keep Walmart employees around, many still argue that this is not enough. Furthermore, by raising the minimum wage to only $9 an hour, Walmart can be seen as going against the fight to raise the minimum wage to $10.10 an hour that Obama was pushing for. Next, let's check in with Freddie for Showtimes.
Thanks, guys. Hello, and welcome back to Showtimes. We provide you with all the important movie news from the couch of the theater. We cover movies coming to Redbox theaters, Netflix, and Amazon Prime. This week, Redbox has quite the lineup in store for your viewing pleasure. On vending shelves this week are Oscar winners Big Hero 6 and Whiplash. Also out is a movie I talked about when it first came out, Book of Life. With a stacked lineup of actors, reviews say that it's worth your time. This week, Amazon and Netflix have nothing too interesting, but sometimes they put out movies without announcing them. In theaters this week, Will Smith plays his most awkward role as a con man whose game is thrown off by a woman from his past in Focus. Also out, if you prefer horror films, is The Lazarus Effect, which features for anyone who loves silly, stupid comedies is Hot Tub Time Machine 2. If you are more in for a feel-good Disney flick, McFarlane USA is out already. Thank you for tuning in, and watch next week for more updates. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Freddie. Al-Shabaab is threatening the U.S., Canada, and the U.K. malls. Mall of America has stepped up their security in response to a new video from Al-Shabaab showing them to be a threat. Homeland Security and the FBI have released a statement that they are aware of the video and are taking precautions as needed. Officials say not to stay away from the mall, but to be more vigilant to their surroundings.
Last Wednesday, satellite images were released that showed China is building an artificial island in the South China Sea. This area is prime real estate as it's one of the world's busiest shipping routes and sits between countries like Vietnam, China, and the Philippines. The issue is, all of these countries believe they are entitled to at least a portion of this area and have been in turmoil over this issue for years. This is also concerning because China is quickly building these islands as fortresses, filled with helipads, airstrips, harbors, and facilities to support a large number of troops. We will just have to wait and see what China's neighbors do if China continues to take action building these.
Over in Bangladesh, a ferry holding more than 100 passengers capsized after colliding with a trawler, leaving at least 39 people dead. Police arrested the captain and 2 crew members after finding most of the dead bodies were in fact women and children. Divers are going down into the capsized vessel to retrieve any bodies that are trapped. Rescuers managed to save around 50 passengers but are still searching for more survivors.
Last Thursday, Germany, Greece's largest creditor, denied Greece's request for a loan extension. Greece's government has been receiving money from Europe in its bailout deal, but has also been affected by this through budget cuts and layoffs. Being that Greece's current deal expires next week, the country proposed a 6-month-long extension where it would keep getting money from the Eurozone while they worked out a more permanent deal. The catastrophe that is the Greek bailout negotiation continues, as Germany refuses any more handout until Greece can supply their end of the bargain. Lastly, let's see what James has to say about this week's upcoming weather.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at your weather for the rest of the week. We could see a little bit of snow starting tonight and into tomorrow morning. High of 39 tomorrow. I wouldn't expect snow to accumulate since it's been so warm today, but we will wait and see. Moving on through the rest of the week, we're going to see a chance of rain on Wednesday and on Sunday. Highs in the mid-40s to lower 50s on Monday and Tuesday of next week. We're going to see it very warm in the 60s. Taking a look outside your window right now, it is very cloudy. It is 44 degrees outside. Winds out of the east at 7 miles per hour. A little bit of a wind chill, about 3 degrees. Tonight, humidity of 40%. Taking a look at your radar, we're going to see this winter storm system coming through Georgia and Alabama up into the Golden Corner area tonight and tomorrow morning. And now I better go get my milk and bread, so back to you guys.
Thanks, James. That's all for tonight. Thanks for joining us.
Be sure to like our Tigervision Facebook page and follow us on Twitter. Have a great night, and we'll see you next week on the Monday Night Roar.